Behind the silent gaze of every cat lies a mystery older than time itself. Those who have truly looked into their eyes know it is not just an animal that watches back, but a calm, wise, and spiritual presence. For centuries, these quiet guardians have walked beside humankind merely as companions, but as travelers of the soul, sensing the vibrations we cannot see and soothing the wounds we hide even from ourselves. Today, humanity stands at the edge of a new age, an age where inner awareness begins to outshine the intellect. And within this great stillness, these ancient beings are awakening once more. Their behavior is changing, their presence feels deeper, and their bond with human life can no longer be denied. What was once called prophecy is now unfolding as living truth. The world is remembering that the divine speaks not through thunder, but through silence. And those who listen with their hearts can hear it in the soft purr and patient stillness of a cat. There is a message hidden. A message for this time that the unseen is real, that healing moves through vibration, and that love itself is the bridge between spirit and form. The prophecy is not coming, it has already begun. The unseen wisdom of animals is one of the most overlooked yet profound truths of creation. Among all creatures, cats hold a special place as vessels of silent intelligence. Their presence carries an ancient awareness that transcends the limitations of the human mind. When a cat gazes into the distance, it is not idle curiosity. It is perception beyond sight. Their stillness is not laziness. It is communion with subtle energies that surround us. They have always lived between worlds, one paw in the physical, the other in the unseen. Humanity has long believed that wisdom must come in words. Yet the cat teaches that true wisdom is vibration, rhythm, and stillness. Their movements are precise, their silence deliberate, and their timing almost mystical. Through them, nature expresses balance, patience, and the art of simply being. In ancient cultures, cats were seen as sacred for a reason. The Egyptians revered them not just as protectors of homes, but as guardians of spiritual portals. Their ability to sense what human eyes cannot has always made them more than mere animals. Even today, a cat's quiet behavior reveals a form of knowing that is intuitive and profound. They respond to emotional energy more than sound, to frequency more than words. When someone feels heavy with sadness or anxiety, a cat will quietly sit nearby, absorbing and neutralizing that vibration. This is not coincidence. It is an act of energetic intelligence that operates without human awareness. Their wisdom lies in their alignment with the laws of nature. They do not rush, they do not force, and they do not seek approval. They move only when it feels right. They eat, rest, and explore in harmony with the unseen flow that guides all life. By observing them, humans can learn to reconnect with their own lost instincts, to listen more deeply, to act with awareness, and to dwell in calm presence. Cats show that wisdom is not noise, but not dominance, but resonance. Science is only beginning to touch what mystics always knew. Animals perceive energetic fields, subtle frequencies, and emotions in ways that human consciousness often ignores. The cat, especially, acts as a bridge between these dimensions, translating invisible patterns into movement and presence. To live with a cat is to live with a teacher of unseen truths of being who mirrors the quiet intelligence of creation itself. Through them, we are reminded that wisdom is not something we acquire. It is something we remember when we learn to be still. Humanity is beginning to awaken to the deeper significance of the feline presence, sensing that these creatures hold a purpose beyond companionship. For centuries, people have kept cats for their beauty, grace, or their role in keeping homes peaceful. But beneath that ordinary bond lies a sacred connection that is only now being recognized again. As consciousness expands and more people learn to perceive energy, intuition, and vibration, the behavior of cats begins to make sense in a new light. They are not passive observers of human life. They are active participants in the energetic harmony of a space. Their very existence carries a quiet awareness that influences the emotional field of those who share their world in the past. Such ideas were dismissed as superstition, but today, science and spirituality are beginning to meet on common ground. Studies on electromagnetic sensitivity, the calming effects of purring, and the intuitive bond between animals and humans are all pointing toward a larger truth that cats are tuned to frequencies humans are only beginning to understand. They seem to sense shifts in energy before they occur, knowing when someone is ill, anxious, or emotionally distressed. Their presence naturally restores equilibrium, as if they are small guardians of vibrational balance, placed in homes to absorb chaos and release peace. This rising awareness among people represents a collective remembering. Many are realizing that cats are not simply pets, but reflections of a more intelligent and interconnected universe. They are symbols of stillness, mirrors of intuition, and reminders of the spiritual dimension that underlies physical existence. The more humanity evolves, the more sensitive it becomes to subtle realities. And in that sensitivity, the role of animals, especially cats, becomes clearer. It is as if the veil between worlds is thinning, allowing people to feel what was once invisible, to hear what was once silent. Every time a person sits quietly and a cat joins them in that silence, something sacred occurs. The energy of the room softens, thoughts slow down, and the present moment deepens. This is not random affection. It is a shared vibration, an unspoken agreement between two conscious beings. The awakening happening now is not just about seeing cats differently. It is about recognizing that all of life carries intelligence and purpose. The feline, in its elegance and mystery, simply stands at the forefront of that revelation, reminding humanity that awareness itself is the truest form of connection. Cats exist in a state of natural attunement to the subtle realms that most humans can only sense fleetingly. Their energy operates on frequencies where thought, emotion, and vibration merge into one field of awareness. This is why they can sense danger before it appears, detect emotional turmoil in a person, or feel the invisible tension that fills a space. They live in harmony with unseen rhythms, responding not to noise or logic, but to the energetic undercurrents that shape reality. When they curl up beside someone in pain, or stare intently at an empty corner, they are interacting with dimensions that are real, yet imperceptible to ordinary human sight. Cats serve as living instruments of vibrational intelligence, tuned to frequencies that maintain balance between the physical and spiritual worlds. Their purring is one of the clearest manifestations of this link. Science recognizes that the frequency of a cat's purr promotes healing in bones, tissues, and the nervous system. Yet this physical effect is only part of a larger energetic phenomenon. The vibration they emit harmonizes discordant energy, acting almost like a tuning fork for the soul. When a cat purrs on someone's lap, the sound enters not only the body, but also the energy field, quieting mental turbulence and grounding the person in the present moment. This is not merely comfort. It is resonance at work, the invisible language of harmony that flows through all living beings. The bond between humans and cats deepens when one understands this vibrational relationship. A cat does not respond well to force or command because it recognizes energy, not authority. It moves toward love.com and authenticity and withdraws from chaos or deceit. Its behavior mirrors the vibrational quality of the space it inhabits. When a person becomes still and centered, the cat draws near. When tension rises, it retreats. In this way, it teaches without words that the energy we carry shapes the world around us. In moments of silence, cats seem to bridge to worlds. Their gaze, unbroken and timeless, often feels as though it is looking beyond matter itself. They are aware of what flows beneath appearances, the pulse of life that connects everything. Through their presence, they invite humans to return to that awareness, to remember that life is not only physical, but vibrational, that every emotion and thought creates waves that ripple through existence. Cats, in their quiet grace, reveal the truth that harmony begins not in sound, but in frequency. There was a time when the idea that cats held spiritual power or insight was considered myth. Yet what was once dismissed as superstition is now being rediscovered through both science and human awakening. Across the world, people are beginning to notice strange synchronicities surrounding their feline companions, the way they seem to sense shifts in energy before storms, illness, or emotional change. Many report that their cats behave differently in moments of prayer, meditation, or grief, as if responding to vibrations that exist beyond human perception. What once sounded like fantasy is now being experienced as reality by countless individuals who are becoming more sensitive to the unseen world. The prophecy that foresaw this age of recognition is unfolding quietly, not through spectacle, but through the collective opening of awareness. The growing connection between humans and cats mirrors a deeper transformation in consciousness itself. As people evolve spiritually, they begin to perceive that everything is energy, that thoughts, emotions, and matter are woven from the same subtle substance. Cats, always attuned to this truth, are responding to the higher frequency, now pulsing through the planet. Their restlessness, long silences, or sudden bursts of affection are not random but reflect the shifting vibrations within human and earthly fields. What was once spiritual mystery is now being confirmed through quantum theory, studies of resonance, and the growing understanding that reality is more fluid and interconnected than once believed. The prophecy spoke of a time when the bond between humans and animals would reveal divine intelligence hidden in nature. That time is now. Cats, in particular, are acting as mirrors for the human souls, showing us what we are becoming. Their calm presence in chaos, their balance between stillness and action, and their ability to exist fully in the moment are qualities humanity is learning to reclaim. They embody the harmony that arises when instinct and spirit move as one. People are starting to realize that when a cat lingers beside them during meditation or sleeps near their head at night, it is not coincidence. It is participation in an energetic exchange that heals and aligns. This recognition marks the awakening of perception from physical to vibrational awareness. The world is finally seeing what ancient mystics always knew, that the divine intelligence flows through all living beings, and that the subtle guardians who walk quietly among us are fulfilling an ancient promise. The prophecy is alive, unfolding through the eyes of every cat that meets our gaze, reminding us that truth, once hidden, has simply found its moment to return. There comes a moment when humanity must pause and listen, not with the mind, but with the soul. The feline presence invites this kind of listening. In their silence, they speak volumes. In their stillness, they transmit understanding that words could never hold. The call to observe them is not about admiration, but awareness. When a cat enters a room, its movements shift the energy. Its quiet watchfulness draws attention inward, toward a space of presence and intuition. They remind us that the world is alive, with messages waiting to be heard, and that wisdom flows not from speaking, but from perceiving. Humanity has spent centuries trying to conquer nature, to explain and control it. But the cat remains untamed, a living embodiment of mystery, existing to show us how to listen again. This invitation is not dramatic or loud. It is gentle, persistent, and sacred. The one who listens with the heart begins to sense a deeper rhythm in life. Every purr, every slow blink, every graceful movement of a cat carries a vibration that draws humans closer to the truth of being. It teaches that observation itself is a spiritual act. When we stop projecting our noise onto the world and start feeling its subtleties, we awaken to a realm of connection that was always present. Cats remind us to soften, to attune, and to witness life as it unfolds, rather than trying to command it. In many ways, this awakening is the essence of spiritual evolution. To listen is to awaken. To observe without judgment is to align with the intelligence of the universe. Cats demonstrate this state effortlessly. They do not rush toward sound or sight, but wait until the moment reveals itself. Their patience reflects the natural timing of existence. When humans mirror this behavior, even slightly, they begin to move in harmony with the unseen order that governs life. The energy of a household often mirrors the awareness of its inhabitants. And when a person lives in inner chaos, a cat will either withdraw or bring calm simply by resting nearby. Their actions are lessons in presence, pure, subtle, and deeply transformative. The prophecy that once spoke of cats as spiritual messengers now calls us to respond. The message is simple. Awaken your senses, trust your intuition, and become aware of the silent communication that flows through all life. Those who truly listen will realize that the guidance of the unseen does not come from beyond the world, but from within it. The soft footsteps of a cat across the floor may well be the sound of creation, reminding you to return to stillness, to awareness, to the quiet truth that has always been speaking.